response team, repelling demonstration. If you draw your attention to the middle roof, I'd like to introduce today's host for you, Sergeant Eric Ozzy Osborne.
They sat alone, not only in the town. News happened, emotions, you knew what was going down. They took it outside.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Day 8 of the Great New York State Fair. We appreciate your perseverance, sitting out here in the heat, making your way to that K9 show for no other purpose than to secure a fine seat for this show. Mission accomplished, and there's a couple to spare. We are SORT. SORT is the tactical element for the New York State Police. As such, we conduct all those SWAT tasks that you would expect a team to conduct, to include search and rescue. Today we have what I hope will be a display of skill and prowess in high rappelling and rope rescue. So without further ado, let's bring the guys down and introduce them. On the left side of the tower, you've got our team medic and my primary care physician, Trooper Brandon Dr. McSteamy Madigan. On the right side, you've got Trooper Christopher. If you like dogs, how do you like these puppies? Swinton! Down here on the ropes, you've got the North Central team leader, Sergeant Clifton. No, I don't play basketball. Wood! Up top in the DJ booth, fresh off his European circuit tour, where he played clubs from Milan to Minsk. He is available for weddings, bar mitzvahs, and of course, bachelorette parties. Trooper Ryan DeRossi! On the left side, our team's communication and technology specialist. Sporting his brand new tactical Chuck Taylors today, Trooper Cole, don't call me radio, she back. Sweet kicks. On the right side, he's one of our most talented operators. He's mastered every discipline in the tactical world. However, he's also branched out as a well-rounded guy, and he is currently sewing 4 dresses for bridesmaids for his sister's wedding coming up in a few weeks. That's legit. A true renaissance, renaissance man, ladies and gentlemen. Trooper Ryan Skip Ordway. All right, folks, while they climb up, I'm going to go over a little bit about the history of our team. In 1980, New York State welcomed the Winter Olympics to Lake Placid. Well, that was obviously an honor and a privilege. It was also a huge responsibility. The 1972 Munich Olympic terrorist attacks and subsequent massacre weighed heavily on everyone's minds. The New York State Police wanted a team that would be capable of direct action against a terrorist threat. So they took a group of firearms instructors, many of them military veterans, and they trained them through the FBI in counterterrorism tactics. They were called the Mobile Response Team, or MRT. Since then, our team has evolved several different times, and in 2008, they changed the name to the Special Operations Response Team and made it a full-time detail. We don't work the road anymore. So, we are spread out between 5 different teams across the state's different regions. Each team is responsible for maintaining its own personnel and equipment. Some large pieces of equipment, like that Lenco Bearcat over there, the big armored vehicle in the grass, all the way down to our individual equipment, like our harnesses. On the front of each guy's harness, you're going to see what's called a figure 8. This is our descent device. The rope is fed through that figure 8. When each guy comes down, you're going to see that top hand on the rope. That's just a guide. Keeps them upright on the rope. The one down here by the hip, that hand, that's the moneymaker. That's the brake. So whenever you allow that rope to freely flow through the vise, that's when we let gravity do its job, and we refer to that as letting her eat. Once you put it down towards your hip, it puts friction on the device, slows, and eventually stops it. Telling you is one thing, showing you something different. So if you look up top, we've got Brandon and Chris, who are going to come on down and demonstrate. Brandon and Chris keep that guide hand on the top of the rope. They kept the brake right where it should be, feathered it nice and gently, and landed softly on that roof. However, sometimes, if circumstances require it, or if we're just having fun, we let that hand get open and we really let her eat. You'll see rope loops and twists develop in that rope. If one of those hits your hands, it can knock it right out of knock that rope directly out of your hand. You lose your brakes on a thruway, that's a bad day on the road, right? They lose their brakes up there, that's a bad day on the road. But that's why we have Sergeant Wood here. He's not trying to be rude. He's not trying to show off and showcase his ample lats and traps. He has a very serious, if not all that glamorous job. As our senior guy, he is on rope safety or a belayman. If somebody's coming down, they lose that brake hand, he's going to pull on that rope, putting friction on the device, slowing and hopefully stopping our guy. But again, telling you is one thing, showing you something else. So to demonstrate, one of these guys is going to do me a favor. They're going to take a few steps back. They're going to get a running start, and they're going to jump off that roof with no hands on the rope. They're going to come hurtling towards Earth at an incredible rate of speed, accelerating at 9.8 meters per second until at the very last moment, Sergeant Wood, if he is able and so inclined, will engage a belay, stopping that trooper mere moments from certain death or at least a sprained ankle. A senseless and needless risk, perhaps. An act of foolishness on behalf of the jumper, undoubtedly. But ladies and gentlemen, these men laugh in the face of danger. Are you not entertained? Yes, a small but motivated crowd. All right, so who's gonna do it? Come on, man. You guys gotta figure this out ahead of time. Who's gonna do it? You figured it out? Come on. No? All right. You want to leave it to the people? We can leave it to the people, folks. It's not a lie, but we're going to have you make some noise for whoever you want to jump, okay? First, I'm going to ask you about Chris on the right. Who wants to see Chris jump? Okay. All right. That's a good turnout. How about Brandon? Who wants to see Brandon jump? That's like the exact same, like hitting play on the recorder again. One more time. How about Chris? Now how about Brandon? Chris it is. It's Chris yet again. I tried to switch up the order. It doesn't matter. Oh no. Another ruse, a cunning attempt at tricking us. Chris. Brandon is a medical genius, but he is very gullible. So it looks like Brandon has been volunteered. Let's hear it for Brandon. All right, guys, so like I said, Brandon's going to back up. He's going to get a running start, and he's going to jump off that roof with no hands on the rope. It's going to be awesome. We're going to do it on 3. You ready, Brandon? 1, 2, 1. Oh, that's not clear. Nope. Give me a second, folks. I'm sorry. Hello, sweetheart. How are you? What's your name? What is it? Madeline? Raylan. I'm butchering that. I'm sorry. I got this thing in my ear. All right. So, did he tell you what to do? He did. What are you going to do, Randy? You going to hold it? All right. Holding it's not quite enough. Here, let's go through it. What's your belay success rate? Don't worry about it. After today, it'll either be 0 or 100. You're going to establish a belay success rate today. This is very exciting. It's very exciting. All right, so what you're going to do, when Brandon jumps, you just pull on the rope, okay? All right, on like the first bounce or the second bounce, don't worry about it. Eventually, just pull on the rope, okay? What do you say, Brandon? I think she's locked right in. I know what happened last year. We all remember what happened last year. Cliff and I apologize. We sent you an edible arrangement to your room, and I can barely notice the lip now that you're back to work. What's that? Happy. I'm sorry, they're delicious. I don't know what to tell you. Come on, man. She's got it nailed. She's gonna get you. Folks, I'm sorry. I know dead air is horrible for the show. Hold on, just give me a minute, okay? Cliff, between you and me, bro, I don't really care how this goes. I know you don't care. Everybody can tell you don't care. I know, we're on the ground. He's going to be on the ground soon. Well, one way or the other, right? But if he's on the ground and her hands are on that rope, our state fair days are over. No good. Like, no more fried dough, no more dinosaur, Yeah, it's back to crack houses and med labs, man. This is way better. You gotta get on the road. Maybe she can back you up. All right, folks, Cliff's conscience got the better of him, and I think he's ready to do his job. All right, Brandon, better? I guess. All right, folks, let's give Brandon a little bit of encouragement, okay? Oh, and she's gonna back him up. Awesome. Double belay team. Folks, help me count it up. We're gonna count to 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Woo! Silky smooth. Nice work on the rope. Good job, Raylan. All right, guys, let's hear it for our belay. Those of you that are veterans of this show realize we try to get a little bit closer each show. So come back Labor Day, you're going to see a real nail biter. All right, you can see how you can end up in different situations, different positions up there on the rope. Gravity doesn't take a second off. But if you're coming down and you end up in a precarious position or something that you feel is dangerous or uncomfortable, as long as you don't lose your mind, as long as you don't lose your cool, and most importantly, as long as you don't lose your brake hand, you won't fall to the ground. So if you look all the way up top, we've got Cole and Ryan who are going to come on down and demonstrate. All right, so Cole and Ryan come down silky smooth in that standard seated hip rappel that everyone else is doing. But now they're going to go ahead and transition that brake hand from their right to their left. This is going to allow them to go ahead and invert. So now, even though they're upside down, as long as they maintain that brake hand on the support side, they're not going to smash face first into the side. This is what we call the commando crawl. It allows our guys to see where they're going before they present their feet or other body parts through a window or an opening. It also opens up, frees their right hand in case they need to engage any threats. Now that they've gone far enough and seen all they feel they need to see, they can go ahead and revert, reassume that brake hand, and come on down with a superhero landing. Ladies and gentlemen, the invert. Just as a side note, we did recruit these guys in the team directly from the Synchronized Swimming Academy. See all those hours in the pool have really paid off. You're going to notice a recurring theme out here throughout our show, safety. Obviously, we're dealing with heights. We're dealing with extreme angles, hard edges. In nature, we're dealing with rocks, uneven terrain, trees. Safety is always going to be our first priority. People can get hurt rappelling or rock climbing, or they can end up in a position where they can't go up or down. They become stranded. We have to have the means to go ahead and get those people. A ladder's not necessarily going to reach high enough for us to get them. And depending on the circumstances and terrain, a helicopter might be counterproductive. Those rotors don't do our ropes any favors, if you know what I'm saying. So we have to have the means to get people down. So to start this demonstration, if we look all the way up top, we've got Brandon, who's going to come on down. Now Brandon's working his way down. Say he's coming down a sheer cliff in Letchworth, perhaps Ithaca, because it is gorgeous. He's going to take that rope once he gets to a spot he wants to be for a minute and wrap it around his descent device. Not once, not twice, but thrice. This is called the tie-off. Once Brandon's tied off, he can go hands-free. He can invert. He can literally and figuratively hang out. He can get his cell phone out, he can snap a selfie, post it to his Instagram or his Twitch feed or his MySpace page. Anybody else get MySpace? I'm the only one? Brandon, no distracting sliders. Put it away. Go. You say Brandon's hanging out up there and a rock kicks loose, hits him in the head, knocks him out. I'm going to need some help. I'm going to need some kids to come out and help me with rocks. Don't worry about raising your hands, fellas. We're not that organized up here. Just rush the crowd. There we go. Come right on up and Chris got rocks. Come on through, guys. Come on through. I don't know if we have enough for everybody. We probably do with this crowd. Come on, guys. We need some guns. No big arms? All right. That's okay. Come on out. This is what we're looking for, guys. We want headshots. We want them to lose consciousness if we can. Let's make this a very realistic demonstration. Let him have it. Oh, faulty water balloons, I think. That was close. That was close. Yeah. Oh, almost. Oh, there's somebody who obviously has something against Brandon personally. Now they realize what they... Oh, right on my computer. Awesome. All right, folks, let's hear it for our rocks. All right, guys, I love that. Nice work. Let's hear it. Oh, Brandon. He did not make it out unscathed. Next to your lawn darts. A lot more accurate. Nice job. All right, so now Brandon's stuck up there, but we can't leave him up there. This is the portion where I usually say, you know, we got time and money invested in him as part of the team, we're family, blah, blah, blah. Long story short, he owes me $10. So we got to get him down. If you look all the way up top, we've got Chris. Chris is going to work his way down his line, latch on to Brandon, and hopefully bring him to safety. Come on down, Chris. Okay. We take all our music out here with the bold choice. Bold choice for Chris. Tiffany circa 1987, maybe? I don't know. What? No way you're coming down to this. What? This isn't your musical selection? But it suits you. No? Brian, I'm sorry. Our tactical diva up there is pretty high maintenance. He won't come down. He says he needs something way more manly. You got one. All right, sweet. We don't get it down here. Can't keep this off the dance floor. As Chris holds out and comes down, you're going to notice he's got a different piece of equipment on the front of his harness. He doesn't have a figure eight, he has what's called a break and ball wrap. That's going to allow Chris to take additional weight onto his system. In this case, that additional weight is going to be Brandon. Chris is going to want to stop in a position above Brandon, so close enough he can barely reach him. But before Chris does anything, he's got to perform a proper tie-off, lest he fall to the ground and become another victim in need of rescue. Once Chris has performed that tie-off, he reaches for that blue strap on the left side of his hip. That's called a pick-off strap, and is designed specifically for rope rescue missions. He uses a partial inversion and his aggressive wingspan to hook in. Once he's hooked into Brandon's harness, he's going to use those massive biceps and he somehow shoehorns into a medium t-shirt. Yeah, that's a large. Not in the men's section, it's not. As he pulls him up, you can see how Brandon instinctively reaches for Chris's hips and legs. We're a very close-knit team. At this point, we ask no photos be taken. Thank you. You see Brandon's line starting to go slack. That's because his weight has been removed from it. Now Chris has to remove the hardware and totally free Brandon from his line. He's freed him from his line and secured the hardware. Hopefully he's performed all the steps properly, and once he undoes his tie-off, they'll be able to lower him and Brandon safely to the ground. Looks like he nailed it. Ladies and gentlemen, the pick-off. All right, folks, we've showed you some basic rappelling. We've showed you the safety measures we have in place, and we've showed you a very small segment of the rescue work that we are capable of. However, there's also a tactical element and application to the rope work we're doing out here today. Say, for example, there's a bad guy who's prowling and creeping around these fairgrounds, snatches up a kid. He runs up in that building, barricades the door shut. Horrible choice of location on his part, but I digress. So now he's nailed that door shut. He feels real confident we're not going to be able to get him. But unfortunately for him, Special Operations Response Team doesn't need to come in through the door. We can come in through the window. So if you look all the way up top, we've got Ryan ready to come down for the recon. Ryan lands gently on that roof so as not to alert anybody to his whereabouts. He rotates into an invert and does that commando call. He's going to check these windows for any threats or hostage takers. Whoa, wrong window. Wrong window, man. Get out of there. Uh-oh, she's had a change of heart. Call her. No way. Swipe left. Get out of there, Ryan. You might need help. He's got eyes on the lower window. He's confirming the hostage and hostage taker are in there. Now Ryan reaches up to the right side of his harness for an NFDD, or noise flash diversion device, commonly referred to as a flashback. It's going to emit a bright light and loud noise that distracts and disorients any occupants of that room. Ryan has the bag ready to deploy. And it looks like we're ready for Cole to come down and effect the rescue. Goes in the window. It appears to be a tussle. We've seen this bad guy before. Focus on the left and a right, and a left and a right. Uppercut, uppercut. Put him away. You're an up-and-coming fighter. Uh-oh. The finishing move, the the folding chair. Finish him. Oh, no, folks. I am very sorry. I have to apologize. You had to witness that clear violation of New York State Police policy procedures. That is not textbook. Cole, rules and regs do not allow you to throw a pedophile out of a second-story window. No. The manual clearly states it must be the third floor or higher. Second floor is not getting it done. You know what I'm saying, folks? That's right. Yeah, no, you know the rules. You just can't count. How's Timmy doing? Timmy's all right. Nice save for Cole. Nice work. Oh. And Tommy, his mischievous little brother, still missing his sock. A double save. Nice job, Cole. No, he never has. Oh. And Theodore, yes, ladies and gentlemen, a triple save. Hat trick for Cole Shebat. Let's hear it for him. All right, folks. Hopefully you've enjoyed this out here. Hopefully you can tell that we enjoy coming out here. This is an awesome tower. It's fun to get on these ropes and get in some practice. It's a great time interacting with you good people. This is a nice break for us. However, at the end of the day, it is a serious business we're involved in. Up on that roof line, we have 4 series of numbers. Those are shield numbers for Michael Strang, Ross Riley, David Brinkerhoff, and Joseph Longobardo. Those 4 men were operators on our team who died in the line of duty. Those men made the ultimate sacrifice serving the people of the state of New York, and we think it's those guys that deserve a real round of applause for that. All right, folks, you've been a great crowd. We appreciate you guys sticking it out in the heat. Feel free to come forward after this. We can answer questions. We'll have some stickers for the kids. Post for pictures. Make sure you hit the museum, get your learn on, and hit the Trooper Foundation for all your state police swag. Thanks again for hanging with us, and enjoy the rest of your day at the great New York State Fair.